Hey y'all, Mr. Tim's here. It's a windy March day here in North Carolina. This video is on the Brinley sleeve hitch. They called it mold board plow. I call it a bottom plow. And this is going to go on the sleeve hitch that you might have seen in another video on my 584 four-wheel steer John Deere. There's a sleeve hitch that you have to have for the plow. This is how it came. Came from Amazon. I did a little research, and this is the exact same thing that you would get from any of the dealerships, even from the John Deere dealership. They actually have all this stuff made by this Brinley Hardy company. So let's get it unpacked. See what this American-made product looks like. Well, there you have it. Some assembly required, just like the rest of the world. It comes all, see some frame parts in there. So I'm gonna get this all put together, and we'll get it mounted on the back of the sleeve hitch, and or integral hitch as John Deere calls it, and we'll do some more video there. Just a quick shot. This is what we're working with. Alright, so I got it all together. Wasn't too bad. I've got to tighten up some bolts here that I left loose. I just remember. I'm going to put some grease in that fitting right there for that axle, and just make sure everything's tightened up. And we'll get her on the tractor and see what it looks like. Alright, so I got the plow hooked up to the sleeve hitch, sitting on the concrete right now. Got it set down. The hitch is attached there. It gave me very specific instructions on where to put that, if depending on the width of your back tires. And so mine was greater than 26 inches, and it wanted it in this position here. These were for smaller, and then it actually had you flip this over if you had even smaller. So got that. I've got the wheel there in the highest point till I adjust it and see how it goes. Then I'm going to grab this. I'll show you how much. That's how much it came off the ground here. So I am extended out, and I can travel, and I can move, I can plow. We'll see what the front end does when we start the plowing. I do have to say, the video, it took me about 45 minutes to put it together. These are not the best instructions in the world because the images are small and they're complicated on each cell, and you really have to read through it. So one thing I do like is they kind of give you an overall like operation of how to use it, how to set the adjustments, and different things like that. So plowing tips, which I'm going to be reading over. So all right, y'all. So I've finished plowing here. Forgive me for not getting any video of me actually plowing. It did a pretty good job. It tore this up. This was an old area where I had containers here, and so I was able to plow, oh man, 6-8 inches down, get really deep. I was able to kind of, it's hard to get up next to the fence, but put a couple of rows. You can see over there, that's all the pile of roots and junk I pulled up out of this little area right here, because I've got some trees around here. So you know, I've came back and hand did all those rows, so don't think that I'm that good with this plow that I've made those rows. But so she did really good. It was easy to use the handle to pull it, to pick it up and put it down. As far as you know, going back and forth, and I really wouldn't, in this tight space, I didn't turn around. I actually just went down to the chicken pen down there and plowed back this way, and then I'd back up and plow back this way, and then I'd get big piles of dirt here, and then I'd go from here and go down that way, and finally just kind of got it to where I wanted it. So it did really good. We can see now I've scratched some paint off this thing, so I've done some work. You know, I played around with this to get over closer to the fence. I actually moved it over this hole and was able to angle it and rock it in there and get closer to my fence. So it's not a law that you have to have it in those holes, whatever works for you. I never adjusted the blade there, so I don't know how that would affect the way I was going, but it was doing what I needed to do. This was very important, knowing exactly how deep I was. I adjusted that several times with this handle here. Very shallow at first just to get these roots, and then deeper as I got all the roots out and kind of went down. You can see my my lawnmower's got pretty good dirt claws in there. It did okay. As far as when it got looser, the looser it got, and then I was using my lock-in differential there I'm pointing to. As it got looser, I noticed that I was losing a lot more traction, wasn't able to do as much. So as far as the inside the garden over there, so I just kind of stopped at that point and noticed I had plowed pretty good, and like I say, saw all those roots that popped up. Did a good job. Tractor had the 584, had plenty of power to pop everything up, so I'm very pleased. I'm going to go get this thing oiled up, and I'm going to set it over there beside my old Ferguson that I got, and wait till the end of the season when I need to use it again. Thanks for watching, y'all. I appreciate it. If y'all got any questions or comments, let me know. Thanks. Bye-bye.